So the pandemic taught us that there is not as many jobs required for our need to survive. And that highlights that if we actually work together and we didn't have an economic system as a limiter. So everybody that wanted a job in a certain field could then actually have the job. So the people that actually work the job would have to work less hours because there'd be more people to work on it because there's not an overhead that people are worried about. They can have more employees because if you're not paying them money, and it's just a system that works on the fact that obviously we have to work to have a system, but because we already have the system in play, if we started slowly getting rid of the money factor as our leading cause of things and started doing like giving energy for free. So we're kind of starting to do this in like solar panels. But if we mass scale these kind of things, pull back on the economics of it, and understand that we have to work in a system no matter what, like you just working is part of it because you live in a system. You can't just magically make things happen. However, there are plenty of people that want to do fashion. There's plenty of people that want to do culinary. There's plenty of people that want to do medicine and help people and things like that. So even if money wasn't the driving factor, their passion would be the driving factor of that. And without money having limitations on what we're doing, people could actually travel into the locations and places that place them where they could be most beneficial. And if we didn't have all of those capitals like, oh, overhead that you have to worry about, and everybody that wanted to be trained for something could be trained for something, then the workload is split between everybody. If we already realized that we don't need a majority of the population to run our society smoothly or somewhat smoothly, you understand how the pandemic worked. So mathematically, if we got rid of jobs like banks and things like this that don't really actually have a necessity in giving us our base needs and things like this, um, you could transfer those people into things that are their passions. And there's people like me who their passion is helping and stuff. So those jobs that are maybe less ideal, people like me would do those jobs because it keeps a stress-free overhead for everybody. It doesn't put us in the economic system. So maybe I'm not doing the most pleasant of a job, but it keeps a system where I can still have all the opportunities that I want to seek and all of these things. So there's still that pro and con benefit of it. The incentive is just a little bit different.